Hi, my name is Autumn Payne again, and I am here with Stephen Bryant Walker. He's a therapist at Middle Way Health here in Sacramento, and he's a Buddhist teacher. And he's got a wonderful perspective of both Eastern philosophy and Western psychology that we draw upon on a regular basis in these interviews to learn more about mental health. So, thank you so much for joining us again today.
Yeah, thanks for having this opportunity, making this opportunity. It works.
Yes. So today I wanted to talk about something on most of our minds here in the Sacramento area, and that is the heat wave that we're experiencing. For those of you out of the area, we're going through a really bad heat wave in Rancho Cordova, where I live. We had temperatures of 117 degrees on Wednesday. For those of us who keep backyard chickens, they're dying. I've had two neighbors' chickens dying. We are all being advised to conserve power so that we don't experience rolling blackouts. So it's stressful, and a lot of us are dealing with this same stress all at once. So I was hoping you could talk to us a bit today about coping strategies when you are experiencing unexpected events such as this heat wave or any other natural disasters that are out of our control.
Well, you can see I'm not wearing a tie. So, in fact, I don't think I've worn a tie since 2020.
Oh,
But
wow.
so that's part of it is actually dressing comfortably because uh, someone asked me the other day, like, would I wear shorts as a professional in a psychotherapy session? And up until now, I was saying, well, no, that's not really professional. It's too cash. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting there. So it's just adaptability is the important thing because we're used to doing things in a certain way, and I'm drinking more water and wearing light clothing and stuff like that, and you know, and maybe well, you probably won't know whether I'm wearing shorts or not. I'm not today, but I could. So,
He's
so
not
that
wearing shorts, but
I'm
I'm wearing a dress,
yeah.
which is like wearing shorts. Only dresses this
Mm.
week. Yeah.
And then one point I was growing out my hair a little bit and just for fun, and now I've cut it back to kind of summer short, and um, I'm moving slower.
Mm,
That's a huge thing. Is
that's
when you
huge.
go to southern climates, Northerners go to southern climates, they're always kind of going, "Hey, come on, let's get with it." Well, you should move slower, so like that.
Yeah.
And what's the other thing? I'm just going to turn here for a second. Um, I have an old-fashioned device called a
Okay.
fan.
So you got
So
to take care of yourself, first of
yeah, so this actually works really well. Just during the air, like it feels like already 10 degrees cooler.
all. Hmm.
So I don't think a lot of therapists in town have fans. I don't. Maybe they have fans blowing on them, but I also have um, a little upright fan that I originally got for COVID reasons to stir the air, but then I have that, so I don't have to have the AC cranked up and have a sense of air movement.
Hmm.
So I mean, it sounds no big deal, but sometimes people don't do that kind of stuff, and they're really cranky because they're hot and their clothes are stiff.
Yeah, I've been trying to ease off on my just general pace overall at home and just give myself a little more breathing room because just dealing with the stress makes you upset. When you're upset, you get more hot.
Right, right,
So you shouldn't be treating it
right.
as business as usual. And I've noticed on the roads, people are a little bit crazier this week, it
It
feels
appears
like.
that way. Yeah.
I don't know if that's my perception or not, but um,
I don't
you
have a
may.
spritzer, but I should have a little spritzer for my face too.
Okay.
Yeah, slowing down is important, um, because we we tend to freak out a little bit and go into kind of disaster mode.
Hmm.
Definitely, because just the numbers are so outrageous.
Yeah, yeah, it's anxiety provoking for me, anyways. Especially with animals being outside and
Yeah.
not being able to do a whole lot for them. Well, I mean, there's things you can do, but
So
I
it
don't know. There's
doesn't
just a
matter if they
feeling.
have water. It's just the heat itself is bad.
Well, they're not designed for this kind of weather. They don't release heat. They have a feather coat on all the time,
Mm,
so they need to release, heat through their feet and their combs and wattles, but they don't sweat.
mm,
So it's bad.
mm,
There's a lot of them dying. That's like this little micro thing happening all around the area. Poor chickens. But I do relate to that slowing down thing. I spent time working in Florida. Spent time working in Guam, and that's
mm.
what I did. Is I would like literally move slower when I worked because I was outside working. So I would slow down, and then I would take regular breaks to just sit down, slam an entire bottle of water, put it down, and that's it. Like,
I have a
and
little
keep going.
work
Yeah.
thing over here.
Yeah. So I think it sounds like to me what you're saying is that you got to take care of yourself and slow down. Like, it
Yes,
sounds so simple. Why is it so hard for us to do?
because we're pissed. On some level, we feel
Yes.
we're mad at somebody. It's hard to be mad, at the right people. So we're just kind of generally mad. So that's
Hmm.
always an anger management issue. Like, global anger, um, can be really hard to work with because we're just angry. We can't affect climate change. That it's really hard to change the weather. So we feel out of control. But at the same time,
Yes.
we know someone's to blame.
We want to blame someone
We
because if you
do.
can blame someone, then you can maybe have a feeling of control over it.
But even that doesn't seem to work very well. It really, um, like some of the blame game even broke down over the pandemic, where it initially started blaming the Chinese and that kind of stuff. And then it
Mhm.
globalized to blaming, we
Mhm.
just lost control of the blame. It was
Yeah.
weird. And I think that's happening with the climate change thing too.
Yeah. And anger makes you hot.
Anger makes you hot.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe letting go of the anger. But I will point out one really good thing that gave me a lot of hope was that people did listen to the power recommendations and turn everything down. They saw a huge decrease in the consumption of power at 4 o'clock when it was recommended. Like everyone collectively did that so that we could all avoid these rolling blackouts that would potentially
Mhm.
be dangerous for some people. So that made me really happy that we all did that, because that's not just one person. That's like thousands of people
Obviously,
collectively.
enough people did,
Yeah.
and um, it had it has a self-serving piece to it. I mean, we don't want our power to go off,
Hmm.
so and it's mysterious enough, so we don't think maybe we have our own private source or something, or maybe some people do in El Dorado Hills. I don't know, but you know, we're gonna have to do it again today, I think.
Yes. Yes, we are. But it gives me some, it reduces my anger
Yeah,
to know that people are collectively working together to address it. So,
any crisis helps when we don't feel it's all on us, or when it feels shared.
mhm,
Yeah, and definitely it is shared. I mean, it's not
it
just happening
is.
in one neighborhood.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I'm not prone to disaster things or apocalyptic things, but I think this is a indication that we have to be prepared for some more heat, and it'll drop a little bit, but there could be heat and smoke. There could be some fires in October, just because officially the calendar turns to fall doesn't mean it isn't still hot and dry.
Right. Regardless of the Starbucks pumpkin latte, it's hot out there. You can get your pumpkin latte, but maybe make it iced. I don't know. So Donia came in. She said, "This is so helpful. I was so upset over some comments that we're reading on Twitter that I started a rant with a friend. I felt crazy later." So yes, that anger makes you hot, makes things worse. So Donia, I'm super happy that you came in and got some value from this.
I wish there was, public fountains or public cool-off stations. That would be so cool, pardon the pun, but where people could just douse themselves with water. And because a lot of people are trapped in apartment houses where, even when they have AC, it's not working. And they don't have swamp coolers, and they want to get outside. So I'm in favor of public cool-off fountains.
Yeah, we do have some cooling stations around the area. But again, usually the people that are living in a place where they would need that would then have the transportation issue to get there. So people do need to be checking in on each other and trying to help people out, because it does get dangerous around these types of temperatures.
Even if it's a wet towel in front of a fan, which was the method growing up in New York.
Yeah,
there was no air conditioning. No one had air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, thanks so much for these really practical tips.
Like, start with practical first before you psych yourself out. But
I like that, coming from a therapist. Because these are things that we can do.
Yeah, be practical, guys.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for joining, and stay cool, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.